Welcome to PHOTONewsTV. I'm Will Prentice, brand specialist for lighting products at Amplis. Today we're going to look at how to create your very own flash profile with the Cactus V6 wireless flash transceiver. In the previous video I showed you how to set TTL pass-through, absolute power mode, and low power mode. This video will cover the flash profile or flash learning process. The Cactus V6 is currently the only flash trigger in the world capable of learning and controlling many of the flashes on the market today. There are now over 56 profiles built in, but some flashes still have to be user created. Today we'll use the MET64AF1, a flash too new to have a profile created by Cactus. And before I set anything up, the very first thing I'll do is make sure I've got fresh batteries in both my MET64 and in my Cactus V6. So let's turn on the MET's flash and make sure it's in TTL mode and set the maximum zoom if we can set that. So then we turn on the V6 in RX mode, press mode, scroll to flash setup, press OK, start learning, press OK again, and we're going to tell V6 what kind of flash we have on here, at least the system. So this is a Nikon. It says set flash to TTL, which we already did. We press go, and it just confirms that it is a Nikon TTL flash that we have installed. Now, before we move on, we're going to make sure that everything's 3 feet away from the wall. So I've got my handy tape measure, and as you can see, I am at 36 inches or 3 feet away. Or 1 meter for all you metric people. Then I'm going to turn off my lights. We want to make sure that the room is fairly dark, and the LCD backlight's really handy, especially that color touchscreen on the MET64. So after the V6 has determined that it's an analog TTL flash installed, because they don't work very well with digital TTL flashes because the technology just isn't very reliable, we're going to move on, and if for any reason that there's an error, the V6 LCD will display flash learning not supported. Usually it's because your distance isn't quite set right, you're too close or too far, or maybe I picked a Canon system instead of Nikon when I put the flash on. It doesn't matter what the system is as long as you start off by telling your V6 what system you're using, because each of the brands TTLs are a little bit different in their communication language. And if that doesn't work, it's simply that the flash can't be profiled. You can still use it in manual power mode and put it on as a manual flash in the flash profile. It just isn't as accurate, and absolute power mode won't work as well as you would expect as it does with an analog TTL flash. So here the V6 is asking me for the maximum guide number. On the MET64, it is an actual guide number of 64. If you're not sure about your flash, what the maximum guide number is, check your manufacturer's website. You can also go online. If you Google the term MET64 guide number, you'll easily find the information online. We're going to press OK, and now V6 is asking me to set manual at half power. So I'm going to change my mode to manual. My power is going to be set to 1/2. And when I'm ready, I'm just going to hit go. And now it's starting to learn. So the V6 is firing the flash, and it's also reading through its optical sensor to gauge the power coming back. Once it's done a level, it'll prompt you to move on to the next one. So now it's telling me to go to 1/4 power, which with a couple of quick button presses on my 64, I am now at 1/4 power, and I'm going to press go. And this is going to repeat the process all the way down to 1/128th power if your flash supports that. And I'm just going to move ahead in time here. Now, since 1/128th power isn't supported in manual mode by the MET64, the slowest it'll go is 1/64th in this mode. I'm going to spin the wheel and highlight skip and press OK. Now it's prompting me to go back to TTL mode, so I'm going to return to TTL and press go. So now it's fine-tuning all of the different power settings and just verifying that everything is firing where it should. So the last step is to name my profile, and I can use from 1 to 6 letters or numbers. Thankfully, MET64 is exactly 6 numbers. So I'm going to scroll through until I find the letter or number I want, press OK, move to the next one. And it shows profile saved. And that's it. So now when I want to use my MET64 Nikon, I'm going to choose that profile from the list just as I would any other flash. So I'll press menu, scroll to choose profile. I've got learned, because under Nikon it won't show up. So instead of under brands, now when I choose profile, I want learned, Cactus MET64, use, and now I can use my new profile. Each V6 can save up to 15 custom flash profiles. Now another great feature with the Cactus V6 is the ability to copy flash profiles. Once I've created a profile on one V6, I can copy it to other V6s. This lets me share with my friends who have the same flash, and it also means I don't have to profile each flash with each V6 that I own. First, I'll check and make sure all my V6s are on the same channel. Starting with the V6 I just created the MET64 profile with, I'll turn it to TX mode, press menu, and scroll through the menu until I find Copy Flash Setup. I'm going to press OK, turn the wheel to start, and press OK again. The screen displays Set RX to copy profile. Now, just to carry on with the amazing feature list, one V6 can copy profiles to multiple V6s all in this one process. You don't have to restart this with every single one. You set one to send. The others, you just go through and set them all to receive the profile. Now, today I'm just going to use one V6, but this will give you the idea if you have to copy to more. So on the receiving V6, I'm going to set it to RX. I'm going to press menu, go to Flash Setup, press OK, and instead of Start Learning, we're going to go to Copy Profile and press OK again. The display now on the LCD shows waiting for TX. I'll go back to my source V6 and this time I'm going to press OK for go. And it might be that I'm just a little too close together. I'm going to move this one away. The display will show copying flash profiles, and when it's done, it'll show finished sending. On the receiving V6, your display will now show finished copying. A quick note about learned profiles. If you go through the menus and do a factory reset on your V6, you'll lose any learned profiles. You can also lose your profiles when doing firmware updates. So I always recommend copying any learned profiles to other V6s before updating your firmware. Then copy them back to the updated V6 before you update the other V6. Stay tuned for the next video where I'll show you how to use V6 with other Cactus gear as well as using V6 as a camera trigger. Thanks for watching PHOTONewsTV, brought to you by Amplis. Don't forget to click on the subscribe link to stay on top of product news and info, announcements and training from your favorite brands of photography gear.